Hi everybody, I have got a cook with me video coming up, and I just wanted to show you this screen recording first from allrecipes.com, where I got the recipe from, and also to tell you that I chose a sweet potato recipe because we have got an abundance of sweet potatoes because we dug up our sweet potato patch, and I have footage of that at the end of the cook with me, so stay watching to see that. It was a lot of fun to see what we could actually harvest. Thank you so much. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Matilda Road. Thanks so much for clicking on my video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, as it does help myself and my channel. I'm not sure if I have posted yet, but I've certainly filmed and edited a video of our sweet potato crop. So today I thought that I would do a cook with me using up some of those sweet potatoes. The recipe has just come from allrecipes.com, and it is a sweet potato bread that I'm going to be sharing with you. It calls for a cup of cooked and mashed sweet potato, so that's what I'm going to be doing first. Okay, come with me while I cook this sweet potato bread for you. I finished peeling the sweet potatoes, so I'm just going to cut them up now and put them in boiling water, and I'll come back to you once I have cooked them and mashed them. Okay, the sweet potato is cooked and I have mashed it, but the first thing the recipe calls for is some sugar, white sugar, 1.5 cups, and half a cup of vegetable oil. So I have already measured the half cup of vegetable oil. So I'm just placing that in, and then half a cup of white sugar. 1.5 cups of white sugar, I'm sorry. Now it's dawned on me while I've been cooking that our sweet potatoes are white, and I would presume that this recipe has been done with the orange sweet potato. So our sweet potato bread may look very different. I'm hoping maybe it'll look more like a white bread so that it doesn't look incredibly unusual, and it should still taste the same. Just looking for my half a cup. I've got 1 cup of sugar in there, and just the half a cup now. It does seem like a lot of sugar. Then 2 eggs. I'm going to attempt to use the same half a cup that I used for the oil to save dirtying anything else. Okay, so that's the 2 eggs beaten and put in. I just placed those in the sink. Now we're going to add a flour. It's just a plain flour, 1 3/4 cups. I don't have any special flour today. I'm just going to sift that. When I move away, I'm just holding that cup up to the light. They are a little bit difficult to see. The measurements on the bottom of them. Just those cups weren't exactly full, so I'm just adding a tiny little bit more there. Plain flour. So I'm just going to sift that one in. The recipe is calling for. Sift that all together. I'm just going to get a tea towel to wipe that up. Now the other ingredients, which I've already got together in this little bowl, I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg in there, and a teaspoon of baking soda. So I'll go over those. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg going in. And I am to mix all that with some water, and that's going to be 1/3 of a cup of water. Now I have just had to guess a little bit with the water. If anyone else has these measuring cups at home, they'll know that this is a 1/2 cup probably. So I just put a little bit less water in and just mixing it up. Has anybody else made a sweet potato bread or loaf and liked it? This is my first time doing this one. I'm always looking at, we've got quite a really nice crop of sweet potatoes, and thought that I would share a recipe with you. I'm also hoping to do a sweet potato bake, so just a normal potato bake like you would do for a barbecue, but with sweet potato. And that will look quite normal because our potatoes are the white. Sorry for that noise. Now I'm to get in the sweet potato. So I'll bring that over. I've got my 1 cup. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more there for good measure. The recipe called for pecans or walnuts. I didn't have either in my pantry, so I've just roughly chopped up some almonds. I'm sure that you could leave those out if you wished. Now I do already have a greased loaf pan here. It is a silicone one, so I've just got the tray underneath it to put it in the oven. So I've got my hand in front of the camera there. You probably can't get a very good look. So that looks to be the perfect amount for the tin or for the loaf pan. So that was very simple, except for the pecans or the nuts, and I think most bakers, I would normally have walnuts. Everything was everything that you find in your pantry, so very easy. Okay, so now that just goes into an oven at 180 degrees for about 1 hour. And of course, I will come back and show you how it looks in the end. Let's see if this sweet potato bread is ready. The timer's gone off, an hour at 180 degrees. Okay, that does not look as strange as I thought it might, being that it was the white sweet potato. I've let it cool for a little while now, and then we'll see how this one cuts. Thank you for joining me on my first Cook With Me. I hope you've enjoyed it and it's given you an idea on perhaps what you can do with your sweet potatoes. It looked perfect from the outside. I thought it may look a little bit strange, but it's come out of the oven looking beautiful, nice and golden. As you saw, I did test it and the skewer came out clean. It perhaps looks like it could do with a little bit more cooking, or perhaps it looks like a banana bread, and that might be what it's designed to look like and be like. So thank you so much for joining me. I've had a lot of fun and I hope that you enjoyed it too. From my home to yours, thank you so much.